Second Nature for Children is in the house. Coach, how you doing?
As always, man, I'm great. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing absolutely great, man. Everybody come in, man, and make sure you subscribe, like, share this information. And this is the first, what the date is, Coach? Will tomorrow be the
23rd.
Okay, okay. So tomorrow, this is the first full week of this month. So we got that challenge. So make sure, family, that it's something you've been procrastinating about, but make sure for the next 7 days you take some type of challenge. Whatever it is you've been putting off, or whatever it is, you need to get started. And hopefully you can spark a little something to it and continue it for now. But make sure you take some type of challenge this week. And we do this every first week of every month. And man, I had some great responses from that last video we did. And I hope that everybody hit that notification bell so that, every time we come on, they able to, get this information and know that we just dropped another video. But tonight, Coach, and I want to get what you think about this right here. The most dangerous information on YouTube. That's what I'm gonna title this. And I hope everybody tune in because this came to mind and I kind of put this together thinking about some things. But what I'm gonna do though, I want to see and hear your perspective on it before I dive into it. So if you don't mind, and go in the way you want to go, if you want to share anything before you get started, you got the floor. But I just want to see what you think about with that title and that topic, the most dangerous information on YouTube. What you think about that?
I think it's a perspective, man. I don't think the information in YouTube or anywhere that matter is dangerous. What is dangerous is the people that are receiving the information and where they are. I give an example. As a child, adults used to, you know, shield kids from certain information because they feel they weren't ready. You know what I mean? To
Mhm.
process that information. They might, go off a key, or so to speak, because they weren't ready. They might not fully understand, you know. And in this day and age in which we live in, man, we got information coming on us. You might about 5.0. That's where we at, information. But if you are not solid in who you are, what you're observing, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You can go off the beaten path with certain information. So I would say not the information, man, but this is who's receiving it and where you are.
Mhm.
Are you not sure where you are right now, how things are? You know, this could be information, a little snippet of information could be a spark to send you off because you are not solid in where you are, where you're standing. You know what I mean? What things are, what life is about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said to me, the information not dangerous. What's dangerous? There's so much information, and as you look at certain people, their reaction and their comments, you're like, man, I didn't get that from that. What are they talking about? Did they miss it? You know, sometimes you had to go and read something 2 and 3 times. You're like, okay, okay, I think I got it. But it seemed this day and age, man, folks is taking it sometimes out of context, and they're shooting a comment, shooting a reply. I'm like, wait a minute now. Do you take time to assess what is going on? You know, some folks don't even assess the information. They assess what the person looked like given information. It's like, wait a minute, is this what this is about? So that's my take, man. As far as danger, I don't think what is dangerous is the people that are receiving it.
Mhm.
You know, that's dangerous right there because, like I said, if you're not solid in who you are, what you standing for, you can really go off, you know, on a different tangent, all because of what you read, what you hear, you know, without even assessing it like you ought to. So
Mhm.
that's my take, man.
Yeah, that was good. And that is so true. That because like you said, it's so much information out right now. And like you said, if you're not solid in where you are in life and who you are, that some bad information can send you down the wrong road. So yeah, 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 absolutely, Coach. That was absolutely great. And you're right about that. And I was looking at it in a way, and I want to see what you and the family think about this right here. So when I look at this title, the most dangerous information on YouTube, I love to kind of define some words always to make sure we have a reference. So because a lot of words and a lot of times when you're speaking, a lot of us have taken certain words and we have given them certain definitions ourselves. So
Okay.
you're right. So I like to have a reference. So we look at most, it's the greatest amount. And since we're talking about information, we talking about the most of, I say, to use to your advantage when you get information. And I would say this right here, it's the knowledge given or received concerning some fact or circumstance. That's information. That's what you and I are giving out. And then when we look at the word dangerous, we talking about likely to cause harm. All right, not safe, risky. So I'm gonna see where you go with this, Coach. I would say the most dangerous information on YouTube is the information given by Second Nature for Children. Just stay right
Okay.
there. I want
Yeah, in retrospect,
hold
in
on, Coach.
retrospect,
Hold
yeah.
on. I just want you to rock with me with just 1 second. This something I was thinking about. The
Okay,
most
okay,
dangerous.
okay.
I just and you jump in anytime you want to jump in, but I just want to.
I got you. I
I
got
wanted
you.
to. I just want to hear where you was going, and then I just want you to see where my mind was at sitting down this week, doing my meditation. So I would say the most dangerous information on YouTube is the information that yourself and I give out every week.
So that's why folks don't want to touch it.
And
Mm.
let me get a little bit more. Let me give you a little bit more. Let me give you a
Go
little
ahead,
bit
go
more.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
So let me show you why. Let me show you why. It goes against the system, and
True, true, true.
there are different systems. That's why I tell you that we must always make sure when we get this information, we subscribe, we like, and we share because the YouTube system or algorithm is what it's called. It's not designed to help blacks. So,
True, true.
so they're not going to put it in their algorithm if we're trying to help each other. That's why we have to try to help each other. So I want you to think about now the different systems that we're under. They know on a high level that blacks are more entertained by mess, gossip, and sports. The YouTube system knows that.
True, true, true. Yeah.
So when we talk about, you and I talk about everyday life and dealing with our mind, our body, and our soul, let's take a look at the body. Let's take a look at the body first. Don't you know that if you begin to take better care of yourself, it would be dangerous to the medical field?
True.
That,
I concur. Yep.
that system, the information that coaching myself is giving out every week, further as you taking care of yourself physically, don't you know that they don't want this information to move forward? Because if you begin to take better care of yourself, that system would lose billions of dollars because right now, that system just within blacks That system make billions and billions of dollars a year just on healthcare because we are a sick people physically.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So when we trying to tell you, take your 3 days out the week and begin to take care of yourself, begin to educate yourself more about the foods that you putting in your body. Oh, the medical field, they don't want you to know. They don't want this information to be given out because it's dangerous because what it'll do, it'll cause harm to the medical field pocket. Or you see where I'm going
Yep.
with this, coach?
I got you. I got you.
I want them. I want the family to get this. Here it is. Us as a people, and the numbers and the statistics. All of this is out. I'm not gonna kill you with numbers. You can go pull this up, but you know, us in the Black community, hypertension, our blood pressure, and cholesterol, and heart disease, and diabetes. Don't you know every system that deals with that care? They don't want you to get this information. They know that if you begin to take better care of yourself, you will mess up their money. If you need my help, any questions dealing with your physical, there's my information right there. It don't cost you nothing to hit me up and ask a question. Coaching myself have the most dangerous information that we put out on YouTube. And that's dealing with your body. The medical field don't want you well. Absolutely not. They make money off of our demise. I'm part of the Fulton County Coalition to Fight Diabetes and Obesity. So I got up in a meeting and I had literally sent out 15 petitions on a pilot that I put together that'll help children. You got to bring the parents in and help the children to begin to lose weight because the numbers are staggering with our children being overweight and obese. And that comes from the parents being uneducated and feeding them all this fast food and feeding them all this other food. A lot of times, if
Mhm.
the parents a lot of times aren't educated about nutrition, then they stopping by all these fast foods and they making the children sick. And so I wanted to do something. So I sent a pilot out to 15 Black pediatricians, and not one responded back. And so in the meeting speaking, I had a young lady came up to me after the meeting. She said, you know what? My sister is a pediatrician, and I'm going to tell you why no one reached back out to you. She said, if you get children well, then you mess with their money. They can talk about all, they want children well, they want children this, they want children that. Yeah, but they make money off of children being sick. And if they support your pilot, then
Yep.
now you got children that could have been coming to them for them to make money. Now you're getting them well. Now you messing things up for them. So they're not trying to reach out to you. That's gonna be on you. And what's so sad about the system and us as a people, that when the system don't help you, and then we won't help each other, then that just pushes us further back. And that's where we are as a people. The system is not going to help us, depending on what system you're dealing with, and we won't help each other. That's why we so far back. So this information is dangerous to the medical field when we are talking about taking care of yourself. You got anything you want to share with that, coach, before I move to the mind?
I never see myself as no public enemy, number one. But anyway, one question, and how come people can't see it like that? How well, let's say, how come more people can't see it like that? You can add to that. You can add the prison industrial complex. How come more people can't see it like that?
Well, then I will answer that once I get to the mind part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. Once I get to the mind part of why this information is so dangerous, and then us being unconscious about a lot of things and just not aware. And so I got to do another video too on that by you asking that question. One of the reasons we don't see it like that, so many years we have been conditioned to doing wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're just conditioned. And it's so hard, coach, for a lot of us to make that change. It's so hard because a lot of us don't know how to work mental health, and that's been plaguing us since slavery and before slavery. And now at this point, we so messed up mentally that we don't know how to exercise our mental health because first you have to want to do better, not just
That's it.
saying
That's
you
key.
you have to want to do better.
Okay, but no one can make you want to do better. That comes from within you.
That comes from within you.
You know, that's you. Yeah.
That comes from within you. And so we're going to deal with that a little bit because that's your mindset. And a lot of us, we just going to lose along the way. It's sad to say.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
sad to say. But a lot of us, we're just going to lose along the way because you and I, we've been going on now like 2 years. And Father, as anybody reaching out for help, no one has, and I know we need help. I know we need help, but no one has reached out for help. So when we're talking about the mind, Coach, can you imagine if you sit down with yourself and take a true assessment? This, here's one of the hard things when you just ask that question on why. Here's the problem. Because we won't sit down and take that true assessment of ourself or of our life, even if we need to get someone that will be honest with us. See, we
Mhm.
have already did the video, and that's why I'm trying to tell you right now, we have the most dangerous information out here because we've already done the video that we don't want to accept the truth. First, we got to begin to accept the truth so that we can see certain things. See, you can never see it if you don't accept that it's there.
Exactly.
See, you can. So we got to get to the point where we're willing to accept help, and we got to find someone who will be honest with us. That's why I come on, and I'm gonna always tell the truth. I'm gonna always be honest with the family because people are around the family and they're not being honest with them. They're not being honest with them. And that's why when I was telling you last week, you see folks out there, you see them overweight or obese and not taking care of themselves, and people study clicking in, telling them how good they look. No, you don't do that to family. Call them up, pull them to a side, talk to them and see what's going on. When you know someone is not doing well, stop telling them how good they look and how this and how that. Now be able to see. And a lot of us can't even see that they need help because a lot of us are messed up ourselves. So it looks okay to them. So it's only gonna take it's only gonna be the conscience minded person who can see, man, something is wrong. So when we dealing with that mind, do you know how dangerous that would be for the get rich off a black system? When we truly take a look and see if we are dealing with here's the problem, a mental illness, mental issues, or some type of mental disorder. See, a lot of us don't want to admit that mentally something is wrong. A lot of us are dealing with things from our past, a lot of trauma that we haven't dealt with. And a lot of us right now today are in such bad relationships till we don't understand. We need to sit down and, like we've said before, stop lying so much and really analyze our lives. A lot of us in relationships that we don't want to be in.
Mhm.
A lot of us, and it's very
Yeah.
stressful. I told you, I'm just gonna come and tell the truth. I'm gonna let the truth lay as it may. A lot of us, that's why we are doing a lot of things that it's not shouldn't be normal. It's not normal, but we have made it normal. You don't understand when you are making all of these bad decisions. That's your mental state. Something is wrong, especially if you continue to make bad decisions. You're gonna have to sit down and take some type of assessment. You're gonna have to sit down and say, you know what? Something is wrong. Enough is enough. I'm tired of being tired. I need to get it together. Because I always tell you, there's a reason that you are drinking excessively alcohol. There's a reason. It's something wrong. It's either suppressed in the subconscious mind that you haven't healed from. It's some type of trauma. It's something that you're going through now, but something is wrong that mentally you need to get checked out, or you need to just come to grips and be able to say, you know what? I got to get it together. Can you imagine if you mess around and get it together mentally, the bad decisions that you're making financially, you will hurt a lot of people because you are taking your money. And us as a people, we spending our money foolishly. The numbers are out on how we spend on certain things. Can you imagine if you sit down and you came to grips with your mental state and said, you know what? Instead of me spending all my money doing it, and you do whatever you want to do with your money. That's one of the biggest reasons we can't come together as a people because of what you're doing with your money. Don't you know the money that we make it now as a people? We should be in a better place if we come together. I just want the family to think about that. Can you imagine that if take one person that's listening to us, you're not going to know many conscious people at all, but can you find one conscious person that you know, and that conscious person tell another conscious person, and that one tell one? Can you imagine if we just got up to 1 million people and each one of us gave $1 million and pushed second nature for children so we can begin to instill different things into our children to bring up another generation of thinking? It's simple, but we won't do it because so many other things in different systems really have us messed up, and we're making bad decisions, especially financially. You always talking about financially. We always find ourselves in a bind because we're making bad decisions. Can you imagine that if you get your mindset together, you'll hurt that jail system? Don't you know that jail system is just waiting on you to come down now from decisions you making, from trauma you dealing with, from whatever you got, from that mental illness you don't want to heal from that mental issue, from that disorder you dealing with, and you out there acting a fool, and 901 Right Street just waiting on you to come because they know you haven't dealt with whatever it is that's bothering you. You will hurt that system if you get it together mentally. Do you understand what I'm saying, coach?
I got you. This reminds me of a piece I read this week or was listening to, and someone was talking about how the correction officer told him that. Well, it actually showed him a picture of him in the home of a house, and it said him and the homies bought that. Y'all bought that for me, you know. So you got in small towns, especially like upstate New York, stuff like that. You got families, might be a daddy, might be a son, might be cousins, uncles, living off of the prison system. But they're on the other side, they're on the good side, buying homes, new vehicle, and all of that. Kids going to college on account of us, in the system. When you look at it like that, you realize you on the wrong side, man. You feeding the beast instead of being fed by the beast. You know what I mean? So yeah, that reminded me of that. I heard this weekend.
And here it is, and here go facts about this right here. Look at so many of our young athletes who make so much money,
Oh man,
and look at the guys,
man,
and believe me, all of this is dealing with their mental state.
that's it. Yeah,
I want you to understand. So it's
that
one
is
of the
true. That is true.
it's
Yeah.
dealing with their mental state. I want you to understand right now we got some brothers that incarcerated in the music industry, too much money with something wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
I got you. I got you. Yeah.
can you imagine? So now here it is. Can you imagine how much money R. Kelly had to spend because of whatever he was dealing with mentally, and how he has supported that system with the attorneys and the lawyers and the deputies? Do you know how much Diddy now, with whatever is going on with him, that mentally that he was dealing with, that caused him to do certain things, that now he's supplying that system financially? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand that every
And yep, the attorneys love it, man.
so I want the
Attorneys
family.
love it.
So I want the family to understand that you and I are putting out the most dangerous information on YouTube, because if people take heed to this information, it'll begin to hurt that system financially, and they don't want this information to get out. Listen, man? Do you realize how dangerous it'll be to the different systems, because it's different systems that set up to get you in some type of way? If we really worked on our mental health, a lot of us won't do it because a lot of us don't understand how to work on our mental health. And I got videos out there talking about mental health. But that's my information, that if you even have a question, hey, what, that's my info. It don't cost you nothing. You don't lose nothing by just hitting me up, just asking me a question. You don't lose anything. No scam, no money. There's my email address. You don't lose nothing. But a lot of us are so afraid, and a lot of times we're so embarrassed to ask for help.
Mm.
We'll hurt that system if we address our mental health. A lot of us are looking in the mirror. We don't like what we see. So the cosmetic and the weed system, they making a killing. A,
Mm.
a killing. Because something is going on with us mentally, that when we look in that mirror, we don't like what we see. And we taking all of our money, when we can invest that money into coming together. And if we come together as a large group, I just gave you 1 million people can give a $1 a piece. That's $1 million that we can come together and do something with. But throughout the other videos, when we're talking about the envy and the jealousy and all of these things, we won't do that, because I don't want to see you come up. I'd rather give my money to someone who's scheming on Facebook or on social media. I'd rather give my money because I'm entertained about they going back and forth about religion. Or I'd rather give my money because uh they dance and they just see what we're giving our money at, man. Man, let me tell you something. That's why I told you in our lifetime, we won't see it. We too divided, coach. And then the last one right here, when we dealing with the soul, oh my God, do you know how dangerous it'll be to the church if you understood that you don't need religion to have a relationship with the creator? Oh my God. Don't you know that the creator don't need your money? Don't you
We might get
know
some. Hey man, we might get some comments from some preachers.
they can bring it on? Because I'm tired of a lot of these Negroes who are not
Oh man.
true to us, scamming us, dealing with our emotions and our feelings, got us thinking that they are both the same. Religion is nothing but a custom and a formality. Just because you can look in the church, what I'm doing is showing you things that you can see with your own eye. We don't have to go back and forth. And I come from the Christian church, the Black Baptist church. They are some of the sickest people over the continuing years. It's not getting better. So it lets you know just being part of a religion doesn't mean nothing if you are not truly connected to that which dwells within you and living by the principles. Just being part of a religion, I don't care who hit me up. I'm going across the airways because it's time for our people to hear that just being a part of a religion, that you're not living out the principles, it don't mean nothing. Do you know how dangerous it'll be for the church if the people wake up and see that every Sunday, most of them are just being scammed if they don't really understand what's going on and thinking that when they give their money, they doing something for the Lord. The Lord don't need your money. When you give your money on Sunday morning or whenever you go to church, your money is paying the mortgage, the light bill, the gas bill, the light. You paying another house fee on a building. That's what you're going in to do. And you paying for somebody to stand up and talk to you. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Because if you open your mind up, you'll be able to see, I know people who don't go to church, and hell, they live just as well as I live. They doing just as well as I am. You can see it. You can see some of the sickest people I know are church people. And I don't see them growing at all. Even the Bible tells me that I would know them by their fruit. I don't see them bearing anything. Only time I see them is when they on here. If I'm on social media or something, they always crying about something that they could take care of, but the Lord gonna fix it for them. No, you got to take care of yourself. You got to connect with that which dwells within you and take it when it comes to your mind, your body, your soul. You got to get up and do the exercises. You got to admit that something may be going wrong with you mentally if you keep making bad decisions. You got to admit that you've been in church all your life and things are getting worse for you. So something may be wrong because you're following a custom and a formality and you're not truly connected. It's on you. And we've talked about it so many times that it's on the individual to be accountable, to be responsible for themselves. This information is dangerous if people begin to take heed. Every time we get ready to go off each week and you give that closing, man, that is dangerous if people take heed to it. That's dangerous because it'll cause harm to some system. Whew.
I'm gonna start using a bandana, man. Shit.
Coach, and you didn't even know, and I don't care what nobody say. You better wear your bandana because you one of the most dangerous people on YouTube. And you,
Glad I bring it though, because I ain't see it like that. But yeah, yeah,
if
and
Coach, if they take
just
heed to
like I
what
said,
you're
with lazy,
saying,
it's like yeah, it's like damn, man. I always said what we talking about. We talking about life. That's all we talking about. We talking about life. That's it. You know, if you see us and you hear us, you living. So that's what we talking about.
and we trying to just begin to take accountability and responsibility for your actions. And I'm bringing something, that foundation of how to connect the mind, the body, and soul together that a lot of us didn't get growing up, and being able to sit down and look and see in my life, and I'm talking for everybody who hear me, in my life, I'm battling in one or two of those areas, and maybe all three. I'm not doing well physically. And take the person who's working out, say they're in shape. Okay, but what about your mindset? You may be good in working out, but you could be making bad decisions in other areas. So don't think just because you look a certain way or you doing certain things, you got it all together. You have to look at your life in totality within those three
Yeah.
areas. Yeah. Don't think just because I work out, I do this, I do that. You may be in the worst relationship. You may be making some of the worst decisions. You may be running into the church every Sunday thinking that it's believe me, it's something that's going on that we all have to work. That's why I say we all are always under construction. So I promise you, family, we got about 215 videos out. Somewhere along the line, I guarantee you that if you take this information, it'll change your life. And somewhere along the line, where the system got you, you can break away from it, because if you're not doing well physically, the medical system got you. If you're making bad decisions, a lot of system got you. A lot of systems,
Yeah.
because a lot of systems got you. And if you don't understand yet that spirituality is different than religion, then the church system got you. The church system got you. It's 2025, man. It's too much information that we shouldn't be in a better and a different place. I'm done with it, coach. Coach, you give out the most dangerous information on YouTube. You got 2 minutes, coach. You close out. I'm done. I
How am I
gave
supposed to follow all of that, man? I always say, man, we talking about life, man. We talking about life, all our lives, man. It's either you plan on doing something with yours, or somebody's planning doing something with yours. Directly, indirectly, man. You got control over you and your actions. You can't worry about what's going on around you and not taking care of what you got control of. You got to do that, man. You know, if most of us do that, we'd be in a far better place, man. They'll be coming there asking what we need, man. Well, how come everybody else know our power and we don't know our power, man? You know, we're the number one consumers. How come everybody else know our power and we don't know our power? When we're in a capitalist system. See, if we spend most of the money, then we got the power. In the pocketbooks, in the bank, you know, on wallets, we got the power, man. So what we doing with it? We just talking about life, man. Keep evolving, keep getting better, as close as possible to your best version of who you are, man. That should be most of our goals. So if it's not, then you tell me something better, man. All we talking about is life. That's it. It's life, man. All right, man. Y'all take it easy, man.
I'm done with it, coach. Take care of yourself. I always take heed to that information. And like I say, coach, when you go out the door, just watch the system. Be careful.
All right, man.
Take care,
Yeah.
buddy.